Hey everyone, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Kriti Tiwari and we are doing a series for World Watercolor Month, and I think we are in week 3 already. I can't believe we are already in week 3. So those who haven't joined me yet, please do check out the tutorials from past 2 weeks. We have already painted I think 10 artworks. Okay, so here is our day 11. So for day 11 I thought we'll just keep it very simple, and I was wondering we can do a nice sunset scene, right? So we'll work on that. So we'll create a nice sunset scene with some mountain ranges at the forefront. Okay, so to do that we are wetting our paper. So we'll be wetting our paper. So while we are wetting our paper, make sure that there are no puddles and you go over the paper very nicely multiple times. Okay. Okay. So once you are done wetting the paper, now it's up to us. Like you can choose what kind of sunset you want or what kind of clouds you want, right? We can decide where we want to go, what kind of artwork like you want to create here, right? So the idea that I have in my mind is we'll have some sunset colors here on the top like the clouds, and then we'll make some mountain ranges at the bottom. There is another option that we can, instead of making mountain ranges, we can also go ahead and create a foreground like a grassland or something like that, or we can create a sea. So there are multiple options as in how to go about it, right? And then we can decide which way we want to go. So let's go ahead and create some sunset scenes. So for creating a sunset scene, I'm using today mauve, purple and crimson colors, and yeah, that's how we're gonna create our sunset today. Okay, so I'm starting with my crimson color, and it is a very pigmented color, so I'm just using like diluted version of that, because the original version, like the opaque version of it, is too dark. Okay. While working with watercolors, also make sure that it's gonna turn lighter when it is dry. So always remember this when working with watercolors. So depending upon what paper and colors, which brand you're using, they usually tend to dry like 2 shades lighter, is what I've seen in my experience. Okay, so yeah, so as I said, we are working towards purple, mauve, pinkish kind of sky. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to do a blend of all these colors together, add some darker clouds, right? Darker clouds, some light clouds, so that every color is like coming out of our sky. So I don't want particularly one color to dominate this one, and hence just focusing on blending and mixing all colors together to create a very vibrant sky. Okay, and as I said, you would think this is looking just way too darker, but just darling, just wait for some time, and when this is dry, you're gonna see the difference yourself. Okay, so let it dry enough, and then whatever you are seeing like dark, it's gonna turn a little lighter. Okay, now because I want to add like a foreground, and I said we will add some mountain ranges, so it's up to me if I want to like paint at the bottom, or I can simply avoid painting at the bottom, because I know that this is gonna go away, right? So you just simply like turn this color, drag it downwards, and for us to like go the next step, I would be needing to dry my paper, because if I add anything like a mountain range here, I'll show you what will happen. So my colors is gonna like spread, right? So it will spread and it will not work out. Okay, so in order to avoid that, I will have to dry this paper, then come back to this again, and then we're gonna add some mountain ranges here. Okay, yeah. So just a minute, I'll just dry my paper and be back. Okay, so now my paper is semi-dry. It is still not completely dry, but it's semi-dry, and then I can still work with it. So we are taking a very light value of violet, and then adding a mountain range from there, from the right hand side. Okay, and then it gets basically gets blended away, right? So it gets blended away. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a clean water in my brush and just softening the edges of this. Okay, now to add another mountain range also, I have to still make sure that this one is dry, then only I can go ahead and add another mountain range on this one. So let me just again dry this, and then we'll do another ranges. Okay, so now I'm ready to add another range to this one, so maybe a darker version to what we have already done, and it's up to you if you want to still start a range from here or you want to crisscross. So let's say I want to crisscross so that some portion of this is still visible to us. Okay, again washing my brush, dab it on cloth, and then just softening the edges of this one. Okay, and I'm just dragging it all the way down, and the last mountain range that we are gonna create is gonna be the darkest of all of these. Okay, so I have again dried it, if you did not notice, right? So as I said, right, we'll have to keep drying it, and now I'm using the darkest value of the color, and then we're gonna take a final take on the range, and now I'm gonna do a very short one over here maybe. Okay, this is a very short one that I did. So, and then we can just soften this one as well, and if you want to fill it up, you can entirely fill it up as well. Okay, yeah, that's it. So an evening sunset something, right, with all the mountain ranges. Nice, and I am so happy how it is looking. What we can do is we can also go ahead and add some birds on top of it, like flying birds, the silhouette kind of birds, right? And it is very easy to make them. So you just do a flick here on that side. Okay, so flick here and a flick here, flick and flick, and then you can just have your brush in multiple directions to give them a flying direction, right? So yeah, that's it. I am very happy as in how it has turned out, just looking so beautiful. If you want, you can also create this one with the violet itself. Okay, so I have just mixed little bit of indigo with it to make it dark, or you can use Payne's gray also to make that one. The choice is yours. But yeah, ta-da! This is done, and I'm so happy how it has turned out. And as I said, right, we are doing all these paintings to build up our habit, be consistent with what we are doing, right? So I'm not looking for anything difficult or anything which is time consuming. We just want to get into the habit of daily painting, right? Believe me, from my experience, the daily painting habit is what has improved my watercolor game, right? Do check out my page on Instagram. It goes by Kriti Tiwari _art, and I'll see you guys in the next video. For now, bye bye.